This video is for the real news versus fake news assignment 1. First, you should be on the fill-in template, click on File, and then click on Make a Copy. Then what you're going to do is erase where it says Copy Of, and you're going to type in your name and your partner's name. Next, what you're going to do is click OK, and then from here, you're going to make sure that you share the slides with your partner. So you're going to click on Share up in the top right corner as soon as it loads. And then from here, you're going to type in your partner's email address. And you want to, of course, make sure that it is spelled correctly. And then when you see your partner's name appear, you can go ahead and click on your partner's name and then click on Send. Next, what we're going to do is we're going to click where it says click to add subtitle, and you're going to put your name and your partner's name. And so then from here, what we're going to do is go over to slide 2, and it says that we need to add the title of a news article here. So what I'm going to do now is open up a new tab and just going to search for a real news article. So in this case, I'm looking for some Tom Brady news. So I'm going to scroll down, and I recognize this source because I recognize Nesson as being the TV station. So I'm just going to click on that article. And then from here, what you're going to do is you're going to find the title of the article, and then you're going to click and drag in order to highlight the title of the article. So here's the title. Just going to hit Control-C on your keyboard. You're then going to click back over to your real news template, and then you're going to put your pointer on the line next to Article 1. You're going to double click really quickly, and what that's going to do is highlight the line. And then from here, what you're going to do is hit Control-Shift-V, and that's going to put it in the same font as where it says Article 1. Then what you're going to do is you're going to tell about the article in your own words. So taking a look at this article, it's a nice short article. It says that Tom Brady has bounced on and off the injury report with a knee injury. So I'm just going to click back over here, and I'm going to put my pointer on the line, double click, and then we're going to say this article tells about Tom Brady's knee injury. Then from here, what you're going to do is give one detail in the article. So where it says one thing it includes, we're just going to take a look. It says the CBS broadcast didn't show any video of Brady going down. So we can just double click where it says one thing it includes is that CBS didn't show the injury during the game. So we're putting it into our own words. And then from here, what we're going to do is add a second detail. So where it says a second thing it includes, we're going to double click that. And then if we go back to our article, take a look at something else it includes. And it said Brady finished the game and didn't look much worse. So a second thing it includes is that Brady finished the game. And then finally, what we're going to do is find the last detail. So finally, it includes, if we take a look at the article, it does say that he was having an issue with his knee brace. So we can just say finally, it includes, and then what you'll do is double click on the line. Finally, it includes that he had problems with his knee brace. So putting it into our own words. And then what we're going to do is we're going to delete the tiny text that is underneath everything else. So what you do is just click on the border, like kind of on the outside of the text box, and then hit backspace on your keyboard. So then it basically shows it as your own paragraph. Next, what you're going to do is click on slide 3. And then you're going to get some quotes. So we need the author's name and the year that it was written. So right now I'm just going to click back over to the article, scroll up to the top. So the author's name is Mike Cole, and it was written in 2018. So I'm just going to click and drag to highlight Mike Cole's name, hit Control-C on my keyboard. Then I'm going to click back over to the Real News Project versus Fake News Project. Double click again to highlight that line, and then you're going to hit Control-Shift-V to paste in the same font. We're then going to do the same thing right here where it says author's name. Double click, Control-Shift-V. Then we're going to double click in the parentheses, type 2018 because that's when it was written. Double click in the second parentheses, type 2018. And then we're going to paste quotes from our article. So we're going to click back over to the article, and this time we're going to get a direct quote. So what we'll do next is click and drag to highlight this first sentence. Hit Control-C to copy it. You're going to go back over to your Real News template. Double click and then hit Control-Shift-V to paste it in the same font. Then what you're going to do next is click back over to the article, and then what you'll do is click and drag to highlight another quote. So here's a sentence that I'm just going to copy, and then hit Control-C on your keyboard, click back over to your work, and then you're going to double click to highlight the line and hit Control-V, or I'm sorry, Control-Shift-V on your keyboard. Then what you're going to do is click on kind of the outside of the slide, hit backspace on your keyboard. So now you've got your author, year, and then quotation marks around it. Next, what you're going to do is you're going to click on slide 4, and we're going to search for a fake news article this time. So a good website for fake news articles is empireherald.com. Make sure that you copy the correct spelling. Then what you're going to do is find an article that interests you. So for example, you know, I'm more interested maybe, for example, in tech. So anyway, what we're going to do is go ahead and click on an article. And then from here, what we're going to do is find the title. So right here, I'm just going to click and drag to highlight the title. Hit Control-C on your keyboard. Then you're going to click back over to your work. You're going to double click on the line next to Article 2. Hit Control-Shift-V on your keyboard. Then what you're going to do is tell what the article is about. So basically it's about why people should choose Android when developing an app. So what we're going to do is double click on the line, and we're going to say this article tells about why people should choose Android when app developing. And then what we're going to do next is we're going to add one thing that it includes. So you're going to double click on the next line where it says one thing it includes. So then we're going to go back over to our article. And so something that we can say is that if you were conversing in the Java programming language, then developing an app should be easy. So one thing it includes is developing an app on Android is easy. So we're just going to type that in. So one thing it includes is that developing an app on Android should be easy. Next, what we're going to do is get a second thing that it includes. So just going to click and drag. Now this says more than 75% of mobile devices users use the Android platform. So we're going to say something like that. So we're going to click back over here. So then where it says a second thing it includes is, we want to say that over 75% of mobile devices use Android's platform. And then finally, what we're going to do is add a third detail. So our third detail we can get from our article, and we can find another, let's see, I can find another detail. So for example, it says if you build an iOS app, it will take several weeks for deployment, meaning that it takes several weeks for it to work. So then what we do is click back over to the Real News template, double click on the last line, and then you're going to add, finally, it includes that Apple apps take several weeks to work. And then from here, what we're going to do is we're going to get some quotes. So similar to how we did it the last time. We're just going to click outside of the text box again, hit backspace. Then what you're going to do is click over to slide 5, and then we're going to get the author's name. So in this case, if we scroll up to the top of the article, it just says by Empire Herald, and it's 2018. So what we're going to do is we're just going to click and drag where it says Empire Herald, hit Control-C on your keyboard. Then you're going to click back over here. And then where it says author's name, you're going to double click, hit Control, Shift, and V on your keyboard. And then double click again where it says author's name on the second line, Control, Shift, V. Then you're going to double click on the line in the parentheses and type in 2018, double click again. So this is the year that the article was written, 2018. And then we're going to copy and paste 2 sentences. So then what we're going to do is I'm just going to click and drag to highlight the first sentence, hit Control-C on my keyboard, click back over to the template. I'm going to double click on the line in the first sentence right hand side, hit Control-Shift-V. Then from here what we're going to do is click back over to the article, and then we're going to get another sentence. So I'm just going to click and drag to highlight a sentence, and then hit Control-C to copy it. Then click back over to the Real News versus Fake News template, double click, and then hit Control-Shift-V. So then we're going to click outside of the text box and hit backspace to get rid of the tiny text. Then what we're going to do is we're going to scroll down and skip over to slide 8. What we're going to do is we're going to copy the name of the Real News article, which in this case was the Nesson article. So what I'm going to do is go back over to the title, and I'm just going to click and drag to highlight the title. And then once you have highlighted the title, what you're going to do is click or hit Control-C on your keyboard. And then from here, what you're going to do is paste that title by clicking back over to your work, and then double click where it says the article, and then hit Control-Shift-V on your keyboard. And then what you want to do is double click the first line, so it can give you reason why it's real. You can say, because I know that Nesson.com is the website for a TV station. Then what you can do for your next reason is you can fact check it. So another reason that this website is real is if we were to open up a new tab and type in Tom Brady injury, we'll be able to find that other major websites have stuff about his knee. So WEEI, for example, Washington Post, NBC Sports. So when we go back over to our work and then double click for the second reason why it's real, we can say another reason that this website is real is that other websites such as CBS Sports talk about Tom Brady's knee injury. So then what we're going to do is go on to the fake article. And so then you'll notice that we have the article, whatever, is likely to be fake because. So the fake one was this one here. So we're just going to click and drag again to highlight the title and then hit Control C to copy it. Click back over to your work. Double click on where it says the article title and then do Control Shift V. Then from here you're going to say it's likely to be fake because, let's say if we type in Empire Herald reliability, we'll be able to find that it's not a very reliable website. So for example, if you click on this says Empire News is intended for entertainment purposes only. So we can click back over here and say it's likely to be fake because, double click, we can say one website says that they are for entertainment only. Then we can find a second reason that it's likely to be fake. So if we click back over here and we click on Media Bias Fact Check, you'll notice that this Media Bias Fact Check says it's a questionable source. So we can put for our last reason, so we're going to double click and say Media Bias / Fact Check said that it is questionable. And just want to make sure everything is spelled correctly. Then you're going to click on the border and then hit backspace to get rid of the tiny text. And that's it.